All right, guys, welcome back for another Bitcoin analysis video. Please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're just trying to get those subscriber numbers up. This will help the channel out, help with our editing costs and everything like that. But, today I want to do a video on Bitcoin price action and, in particular, the 15-minute price chart. Now, I don't want to, this video is going to be very, very specific on the price distinctions I'm seeing on the low time frames. And this is opposed to some of the things I'm seeing on the macro time frames, which are actually directionally contrary to what I'm seeing on the low time frames. But this swing, I believe, is very important because it's textbook price action. So essentially, you see this, this rally, this impulsive move up, running above these old highs over here. And essentially, what you see is, you see this impulsive move, and then you have price stalls right here briefly, and then it makes one last continuation leg up. Right, and then you have a little bit of a consolidation here, and then what you see here, and this is a very important characteristic of what we're seeing on this price swing. You see this run up above these highs right here of the consolidation. So anybody who is forming a short here, a lot of them had their stop loss above this level here. Price runs just above the range up here, stops them out, grabs liquidity, and then runs down for the low side of the range right here. That's a very important feature. This is what we call an apex formation in price swing, and price comes down here and then violates these lows. And as that happens, this is where I've drawn the bearish retracement. So you get that break of structure, and you draw the bearish retracement over that level, and you can see that price came down, violated these lows, and then traded into this price pause, right? The bodies of this price pause right here. Hits it, runs up into the bearish retracement right there, tags it, and then sells off violently, right? Sells off violently down into these highs right here. Now, what are the significance of these highs right here? Well, this I would consider to be the prior New York session high, and that's relevant because, essentially what you see here is you see price ran up and initiated the stop run during the London session, came down, violated these lows right here, and then you see during the New York session, the early morning New York trading hours, you see that retracement up into this bearish retracement, hits that retracement, sells off into the prior New York session high, essentially. Now that's significant, if you do trade the sessions, something to keep in mind. But typically, the way that the New York session relates to the London session is the London session will generally lead, the day's price action, and by lead I mean set in the high or the low. And after the high or the low is set in, then typically there'll be some type of retracement. And in the New York session, there's an ability to trade that retracement. And that's exactly what we see here. We see the London session choosing direction, retracement during the New York session, and then during the New York session, a very aggressive expansion of volatility to fill this price inefficiency down here. And now, so this is a trade I actually took earlier today on my live account. Now, this is a good area to be taking profit. Of course, price could retrace the entire price swing further. But when you get an impulsive move like this and the market gives you the opportunity to take profit, that's probably a good area to, start taking profit and at least managing the position and securing the equity. And by the same token, right, you can use this entry, right? And you can see how this is just such a great entry right here. You can use that entry to manage risk. So if price comes up, trades up above these highs right here, you probably see continuation much higher, which would be in line with kind of what we're expecting on the macro. And since this trade idea is on a 15-minute chart and it is kind of contrary to what I'm seeing on the macro, I want to be aware of that possibility and make sure to manage risk accordingly. Now, yeah, guys, if you like this video, just make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. And I'll catch you in the next one.